Death is the end of a life, but that life's memory still lives on.
Death is the end of your story.
What death means to me is when someone, dies, even though that's obvious, but they end up going somewhere. I don't really know where, maybe heaven if you believe in that, or wherever, reincarnation. But other than that, to me, it's really sad and scary because, in my opinion, I have no idea where I'm gonna end up if I were to die, or really where anybody ends up when they die. So yeah, overall, just death is scary, and I really have no idea where the people go.
For me, I think of it as something that's inevitable. It's something that happens to everybody, and because it happens to everybody, you have to acknowledge it and understand that it's a present factor in your life, because you never know how long you're really going to live for. But that also brings in the mindset that since you don't really have a set time of living, you can live to the best of your ability, where you're living your utmost life for yourself. And for me, when someone dies, that's when they meet Jesus, and how he's a real living human who passed away and then resurrected. And I don't necessarily feel that I'm afraid of death, only because I know that eventually it means going into heaven, because I believe that there's an afterlife after you've passed away. And that's why I live for Jesus now. That's it.
For me, I would say death means completion. It's the ending to a story that is told of your life.
To me is the fundamental other. It's the other realm besides the conscious realm. You have the conscious realm and the non-conscious realm, and those two interact to create all of reality. And I think if there was no death, then reality as we know it couldn't exist. Death is the last frontier, the final frontier, beyond all frontiers. It's the final question, the ultimate question which no one can know until they've gone through it. And I think for that reason, it is the universe's greatest mystery to us. And as Socrates said, I'm paraphrasing, if there is consciousness after death, then it's probably with other people, in which there will be some radically transformed way of being conscious, even if it's not even living, in which you probably could have a good time talking to all the people of the past, meeting up with your friends, relatives. So that's not bad. And on the other hand, if death is no perception at all, then all of eternity would seem but one night, because you're not there to perceive it. I don't mind death because when you're dead, you don't know you are, and so you don't mind it. Non-existence is not something that should be feared. And since it is inevitable, the best thing we can do is come to terms with that and say, well, we don't know, so might as well hope for the best. And if I'm wrong, I'll never know I'm wrong, because I won't be there, because I'll be non-existent. And so without this cycle of birth and death, there is no progress to the universe, because there's no natural selection. Death is the other half of natural selection. All the species that didn't make it, in order for the ones that did make it to be here. So it is the dark side of evolution. But it's also a blessing, because it allows for the good side. And without death as a final escape, then states of eternal anguish or eternal boredom would be able to happen. And with death, we always know our time is finite. Everyone dies. Everyone came out of unconsciousness and goes back to unconsciousness, supposedly. And if your life is finite, that makes it valuable. If your lifespan is but 0% of the lifespan of the whole universe, then any amount of time during your lifespan is infinitely valuable, because it's finite.